What's up, everybody? Garage Time. We are here today with our newest member of the fleet, my daughter's newest car. Let me show you what we got. A 2002 Mitsubishi Eclipse Spider with a functioning convertible top. So we just recently picked this thing up. It's in fairly decent shape for the price we paid for it. Spoilers in the other car needed to get some new bolts, a couple little rust spots, but overall for the price, not a bad car. Runs and drives, however, it is definitely has a bad crank bearing. So we're draining the oil out today. We're gonna drop the pan and see if it's something we can salvage in the car, or if we gotta pull, do a rebuild, or replace the motor. But hopefully we get lucky today. A few rust spots. Normal 30-year-old, 20-year-old car in Michigan. Strut towers need a little love, little patches. But overall, not too bad. You got a name yet?
I was just thinking about it. I'm thinking Kira.
Kira. Okay. We'll see if that name sticks, but right now we're going with Kira. So let's I guess let's dive right into it, get this thing going, see if we can get this thing fixed up and figured out. Technical difficulties on the last section. We got the oil draining out right now. And you can kind of, I don't know if you can see on camera, you can kind of see the metal particulates in the oil as it's draining out. So we're gonna let this finish off. We'll get this pan out, ignore our big mess, and actually take a look at the oil and see what it actually looks like. So bear with us and we'll keep it moving. All right. So, get a light here. Kaylin, come hold the camera. Grab a light. So, you can see the glitter and sparkles in it. That is all
metallic sheen.
Yep. To make an interesting paint color.
That is doo-doo brown. That would not make an interesting paint color.
It's metallic doo-doo brown.
Oh, hell no.
But that is going to be the bearings. I don't know if we're going to be able to save this or not. We're going to find out. I don't see any big chunks except for the chunks of floor dry we dropped in here. But that's it.
Chunks mean like an automatic no?
Yeah, chunks would be an automatic no, because if it chunked off, then it would definitely have damaged the crank while we're at, so there'd be no polishing out a chunk. I mean, if there's no
chunks at all, then it's perchance savable.
Well, if we take it off and there are no chunks or deep scratches in the crank and we can just polish it, then we'll send it. If not, I don't know.
It's over.
We'll get it from there. So the next step, I'm in a very crappy spot. Let me go move over here. Move over to the other side. Oh, God, getting too fat and old for this.
You are too fat for this. I mean, what? Who said that? Must have been Ghost.
We're gonna drop the flange. We're gonna unbolt the flange for the 90 going to the flex pipe. We'll probably cut the main pipe back there because this flex pipe is bad. It needs to be replaced. So we'll take that whole assembly off. We'll go up and match one that's similar size, clean it all up, weld it back together, and shove it back in. But after that's off, I'll let Kaylin here take off the oil pan and get an inspection going and see what's actually going on in there. It's only a 2.4 liter 4-cylinder. It's tall though.
Yeah.
It is a small engine, but it's a tall engine. But
his mom's a 2.4.
all right, let's plug it along. So we got the flex pipe dropped off and cut as soon as that's what we got. So that was definitely shot. All the oil pan bolts are out except for 2 to catch it right now. We're just trying to free it up. I might have to grab a pry bar and give it a little oomph.
Sounding pretty good.
Yeah, it is. It's all red RTV. Should have known. Yeah.
What does that mean?
They glued it together with red RTV instead of just using a gasket. It looks like there's a gasket there too, but it looks like they coated the gasket with red RTV. So here, let me take that. Go in the bottom half left, second drawer, and get a pry bar. Up, 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 up one more, right there. Pry bar.
Which one, the long one?
Yeah.
Wait, do I need to take the camera back?
Yeah. Wow.
What the heck?
Wow.
That's crazy.
That's real crazy.
Oh, shouldn't she just have it replaced?
Yep.
They said it ain't coming off.
Yep. They said, we guarantee your oil pan for life. Oh. I don't want to damage nothing, but...
That's actually insane.
That is very insane.
It's just bending. What if you try and get it from like the side? Oh shit! Sorry. That scared me.
Oh, your bolt wasn't started very well.
Oh, my bad, G.
Are there any bolts left?
There's one over there. Maybe, I don't
There's
know.
nothing in this corner?
There was.
Oh. Oh, no, there's still one there. All right. Hey, look at that.
Is this what we need to look at?
No. I'm trying to get my light.
Wait, what? Oh shit, I just put my hair down. Don't lose the,
Oh. Something in that pickup too.
Is that a chunk?
I don't know. It's something. That might be a piece of bearing. Oh man.
Darn!
We might be out of luck. Maybe. Let's see. That one's shot. That one's good. That one feels good. That one feels all right.
Is that one gonna cause us to have to take the whole thing out?
I don't know. So what we need to do next is clean all this up. I said we clean all this up. I want to pop this. I'll probably take this pickup tube out so that way if we reuse it, if we do put it back together, we clean this out first. We'll pop this down. We'll take this cap off and see what the crank looks like there, because this is going to be the determining factor. If the crank's salvageable here,
If there's chunks or scratches in it, you can't save it.
yeah, I mean, we'd have to take the whole thing out, take it to the machine shop, have it turned down, put oversized bearings in it. It'd be a lot.
Oh.
It'd be a lot more than we do on our budget.
So in that case, we would just need to buy a whole new engine.
Well, you get a reuse, yeah,
Oh,
we
yeah,
get a
like
used
the-
one,
like a
drop
used
it in
one.
there, and then we could rebuild this if we wanted to. I don't know. We have to make a decision. But that's the decision we got to make. We'll get this cleaned up, pop this cap off, and go from there. All right, back under the engine. Let's get this cap off and see how bad this is. I'm sure it's not great. Sure, it is not great at all.
Oh, I'm sure it's gonna be terrible. Oh shit.
Sir,
Shoot.
it's gonna be our luck.
You got the floor mat.
Oh, we could switch.
It's fine. Too late.
Oh, I'm sorry, Michigan can't make up her mind on the weather. Ooh.
What? What?
She definitely drove this.
Well, I figure she drove it for a while before she got the oil plant replaced.
Yeah, she definitely drove it. I think she drove it after, to be honest. I think she just kept turning the radio up.
She said it sounded too expensive.
Yeah.
And it sure is.
Yeah, there is no bearing.
Not at all?
No.
What? That's crazy.
I don't think there's a bearing. No.
It's all in the freaking thing.
Yeah.
Well, good thing you're fixing her car later. You can tell her not to do that again.
Oh, man.
So that 25% just went down to a 0?
I'm pretty sure. Let's pop another cap off. I mean, there's no...
No, like the indents.
No, there's no, like, cuts in it. I mean, I can't catch a nail on it. But there's also no bearing, which means it was running on that. So I'm pretty sure we're screwed.
That sucks.
You want to rework the camera over to this one? Hand me that mallet.
Man, I sure hate women.
You hit what?
I hate women drivers sometimes.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, that's my arm.
Oh!
Alright. That's what's supposed to be there. That's what I'm pretty sure is in the oil pump.
Yeah.
Okay, well...
Well, then should we just stop because we don't...
Well, I'm pretty sure we got a drop off out front right now. I'm gonna, we'll go do that. And then I think what I'll do, I'll take some measurements and see if anything's salvageable, which I doubt it is. But I'll take some measurements to verify and we'll go from there. All right, so it's been a couple days since I've been out here and touched this thing since we determined that the rod bearings were shot. All the bearings are really shot, but we completely lost the rod bearing on cylinder 1, I believe is how the order on this engine goes. But we completely lost the bearing on cylinder 1, which is what you just saw. And I didn't like the way the cap was looking, so what's the plan now? Plan now is I ordered a used engine. I should have it in a couple days. So in the meantime, we're gonna yank this thing out and set it off in the corner to forget about, because I don't know, we may rebuild this thing, maybe build it for a turbo. I don't know, I'm not quite sure. We're gonna hold on to it and make a plan for it. I just don't know what that plan is yet. All right, so like always, nothing left to do it. Nothing left to it but to do it. Yeah, that's how it goes. So I'm gonna get the tripod all set up, get my tools out, and we're just gonna start draining fluids and getting everything apart and, you know, doing the thing, as they say. I felt it worth mentioning too. Kaylin has been out here doing a little work. She was going through and replacing all the brakes. The only reason she's not done with that is we didn't order pins with the kit, which I should have said something when she ordered it, but I didn't. So the pins that were there would probably clean up and be salvageable, yada, yada, yada. But I told her to start fresh. The brackets were in good shape, so I said just clean them all out. We'll put new pins in it and send it. So that's where she's at. Those pins actually came in. I think they're in that pile of stuff over there. which is stuff for this and mostly stuff for the Camaro. Stuff that came in, stuff I've been hoarding. I think I got a couple more things I've been hoarding, waiting to put on there too. So, all right, back to the action. All right, so wire harness is completely removed. Let's see what we got. Wire harness completely removed. Airbox is out. Battery tray is out. The exhaust is already cut on the bottom from before. I think the intake has to come off, if I'm not mistaken. And the exhaust manifold. I don't know if I'm going to pull the transmission or not with it. I'm kind of thinking maybe just pull it all out as one so we can get in here and clean up this bay a little bit before we put it back in. But I'm not sure. I'm going to have to look and see what is recommended on pulling this. I don't know. I've never done one of these before, so Google is your friend, but be careful because it can also be your enemy. That bit me in the butt once or twice. So I guess let me figure out what I'm going to do, and we'll keep plugging along. I'll obviously keep you guys in the loop. I'm trying to get some more progress done. I may have got ahead of myself a little bit. It's new day. I got the call. New motor's ready. Be picking that up tomorrow. In the meantime, I came out here to keep plugging along with the teardown, and I got into it. Didn't even pick up the camera, so let me fill you in on where we're at. So the whole front dressing's off. Power steering pump was a pain on this model. I pulled the reservoir, the coolant reservoir. Was able to get the top bolt. It's that bracket right here. Was able to get the top bolt pretty good. The bottom one here, not fun. I ended up getting a wrench in behind the pulley to break it free, and then had to just eighth of a turn at a time till I got it far enough out that the needle nose, good old needle nose pliers, could get it. Oh wow. Huh. That's interesting. It blocks the timing belt. All right, cool. So bottom two bolts in the AC compressor snapped, so that stayed. I was going to drop it out of the way, but I couldn't. Luckily, the system's empty, so I just pulled the lines, yanked the manifold off, and now I'm on the cover for the starter. Unwire the starter. I don't think there's anything left but the transmission after that. Got all the fuel line, EGR hoses, all that unhooked in the back. The throttle's still hooked up. So yeah, I think it's just yank the starter, and I think we'll be lowering this thing down. Yank the starter, undo the transmission. I got the torque converter bolts out already. That was pretty easy. I'll grab the light. This engine did not have flywheel cover, so this has been seeing some. It's been seeing some weather. It's a little rusty. We'll inspect that once we get the motor out. Not as good a shape as I originally thought down here, but you know what? It is what it is. We'll do some cleanup work while we got the engine out. Address some of the stuff that's concerning, and rebuild the rest of the framework that's on here. By that I mean spray it with some, let's see, There's that spray with that rebuild in a can. Rebuild in a can, my favorite thing. So I guess I guess I'm just going to keep plugging along. I'll set you guys up on the tripod and we'll see if we can't get this thing ready to yank out. So let's get it done. While I am pretty sure I've had to use every orientation of wrench, ratchet, extension, ratcheting wrench, 2 of the same wrenches, I'm pretty sure it's only been like 3 sizes for everything. I'm sure 12, 10, 14. Oh, I think these starter shields were 8mm, but everything else has been those same 3 bolts with every combination of attachment possible. It's crazy. Alright, so a smart man would have thought this through better. I'm not that man. We are at a point of, I'm about to drop this engine. That may not be a metaphor. I may literally drop this engine. The smart thing to do here probably would have been to take the hood off, get the picker. Even though I'm dropping out through the bottom, probably would have been better off doing the picker. With that being said, we have it strapped to some wood on a jack. And to top it all off, I missed a bell housing bolt. Let's see if I can get a light. You see that on the camera? Down there next to the CV axle. Yeah, I missed that one. Worst spot to get to. Everything's undone, so I'm gonna stick a bunch of extensions in there, see if I can get that, and hopefully nothing gives. The engine mount is still attached, so I should be okay. I'm sure this will be great. But you guys are gonna watch anyways. Let me know if anything looks like it's gonna go south. It's in a good spot to see if I'm gonna die. One extension too long. Ouch. Well, that didn't go nearly as bad as I thought. It was actually slightly anticlimactic. Slightly anticlimactic. Alright. So, I cheated. I put one in here anyways. Wasn't going to do anything. Alright. So, goes up from this side. Yeah, that should be it. Nothing down there. So in theory, this is gonna go bad, I'm sure, but what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna start loosening up the motor mount and see what happens, I guess. What else am I gonna do? Well, here's to hoping I don't break nothing. Or maybe I do, and that's better entertainment for you guys. For all 3 of you watching. All right, just hoping for the best. Wasn't horrible, but we're not out of the woods yet. Get that mount out of there completely, maybe. I've been cheap. I need to invest in some swivel impact sockets. But I'm cheap. Poor, cheap, same difference. I don't think there's any going back now. Yep, no going back. Time to quit. Time to commit. Let's motor mount off. All right, come on, baby. Oh man, I didn't think this through. I don't know if there's enough give to get it off the transmission, maybe. I don't think I'm, as far as weight balance goes, I might not be the best for that. We're separated. This motor mount's going to be a pain though. I got another, I don't know, ½ inch to clear the transmission on the flywheel. But if I come that way, I run this over the frame and over power steering cooler line, it looks like. All right, let me jack it up. All right, so I'm gonna accept defeat for the night. It's getting kind of late. I got work early. I could use some sleep. So where I'm at, I decided it wasn't working the way I was doing it. So I pulled the crank pulley bolt. Got my puller set out. First thing I'm going to do tomorrow after I get the engine is get that pulley off, because if I get that pulley off, I believe that pulley comes off, that'll allow me to jack this up enough to get the flywheel out of the transmission and shift it over. At which point I can either, maybe, probably not drop it all the way down, but at the very least, I can bring the puller over and pick it up and pull it off the top. So that's the plan. But for now, I'm gonna get some sleep. So hopefully one more day of grinding, get the motor tomorrow, the new one, and get the old one out, and hopefully we're good to go. So I'll see you tomorrow. All right, so we're back on what is hopefully the last day of this. We are 99% of the way there. Right now, I got the puller on the crank pulley. So the plan is yank this crank pulley off and drop that AC unit, and we should be able to lift it right out of the top. Getting it back in, I'll figure out once I get out of the way and I can see the transmission. We'll find a way to scoot the transmission and hold it back. So right now, this is the plan. Ah, the timing gear's on there. That makes sense. Alright, so we got it broke free of the torque converter, clear on this side. We're dripping something all over the floor down there that I'm just gonna ignore and, you know, whatever. Shit happens. Going back in is gonna have to go a completely different way because this didn't quite work the way I was hoping it would. Oh. Might want to unhook the throttle linkage. Alright, let's see. Throttle cable. Get my fat head in. That hand in here. Tools. Just gonna watch me sit here and struggle. Some help you guys are. It's okay, I'll do it myself. Get some needle nose. Just leaving tools everywhere. Like they don't have a home. This were a small block Chevy, we'd be done already. We'd been done a day ago. All right. 10 mil for the bracket, and I think we're coming out the rest of the way. And I'll be excited to have this thing out. Oh, now I'm not gonna find my 10 millimeter because it's a 10 millimeter and I need it. Oh, here it is. Got too many tools out. Whoops. That's okay. We didn't need those bolts. Luckily, it looks like it was just coolant pissing all over the place, so we should be all right. Oh. More fluid. All right, get all that coolant out of there. Oh no. Well, that doesn't help us. That's max stroke on that. I'm gonna have to find a way to lower this car down. Lowering just the front ain't really that easy because it's that weird, I don't know, cross member trans mount bar thing. It's just funky. I don't know how to I don't know how to describe it other than funky. And that's not centered enough to pick up the weight. Is it? I'm feeling ballsy. Let's jack it up on that bar, see what happens now if the engine's not weighing that other side down. If I had a wheel on the other side, I wouldn't be as worried, but I don't. If I'm very careful, we may have got lucky. Woo! Yep, my butthole pucker. All right, that's about all we're getting. I'm not. Yeah, let's go a little more. That should be enough. Maybe. Maybe it will, maybe it won't. Yep, now I'm getting greedy. If I'd have had that extended out one more, we'd have been all right. But I don't, so this is where we're at. Watch the headlight. Just so you guys see what I'm dealing with here. I've been playing dodge this headlight because we're not quite clearing of the headlight. We definitely weren't clearing the fender. So that's where we're at. Woo-hoo-hoo! That light's making my butthole pucker. Are we still caught? We are still caught. All right, look at that. Cleaner shop, I wouldn't be fighting with all this, but all right, so that's the engine out. Let me get the hood moved, get this thing set down, and we'll take a look at what we got to deal with next. All right, motor's out, got it on a wheel. I'm tired. I have to go through that. I know I need that oil pan off there. That's a brand new oil pan on the bottom. So coming over to this. She a little rough. I think the first thing we'll do is get the tires back on, roll this thing out, wash this all out, get all the dirt out of here. We'll clean up the frame a little bit. That mount needs to be replaced. That mount is shot. Let's see if I can get, but might as well get both of these ones. Probably hold off on that one till after we're at the end, just because I can get to that one easier and I got a million other things to worry about here. So clean up, do a little rust cleanup, hit it with some reformer, coat over it with some chassis paint so that it hopefully lasts a little bit longer. Wash all this off, and I think overall it's not too bad. Definitely needs some love, some attention, but it could have been worse. So I'm going to take it as a win. So, well, that was a mess. Took me a couple days. Never done one of these. I definitely should have pulled that with the transmission. I think it would have gone a lot easier. Undo the transmission, just drop it straight down. You live, you learn. I know for next time. So on that note, thanks for checking out the video. If you got any comments that you want to let me know that I did wrong or screwed up completely horribly, make sure to drop them below. And until next time, as always, have fun hot rodding.